Hello everybody, welcome back. In this video, I'll be showing you how to graph cosecant and secant advanced. So let's jump right in. Now let's try and graph y equals -3 times the secant of 2 times x minus pi over 2. Well, first, we have to graph y equals -3 times the cosine of 2 times x minus pi over 2. Alright, now what's the period? Well, the period is 2 pi divided by b, and b is being multiplied by the parentheses, and what's in the parentheses is x plus c, and what we have in the parentheses is x minus pi over 2, and what's being multiplied that is 2. So our period is 2 pi divided by 2, and 2 pi divided by 2 is just pi. So our period is pi. Now what's the amplitude? Well, the amplitude is a, and a is being multiplied by the cosine or sine of blah blah blah, or whatever you want to call it. And we have 3 or -3, I'll just write 3. Now what's our phase shift? Well, our phase shift is c, and c is right here, and it's x plus c, so we have x minus pi over 2. So we can assume that our phase shift is minus pi over 2. Which means that we're actually going to move the y-axis, not actually moving, but we're going to pretend that we're moving it to pi over 2. So this is like our new y-axis, but I'll just put it in parentheses because it's not actually our y-axis. Now what's our vertical shift? Well, our vertical shift is d. And what's d? D's plus, and it's right after the parentheses, and we have plus nothing, so we can assume it's plus 0. So we're just going to start graphing -3 times the cosine of 2x minus pi over 2. That's it, keeping in mind that our amplitude is 3 or -3. Alright, now I've graphed several periods of y equals -3 cosine of 2 times x minus pi over 2. And just to point out, this right here is one period. This right here, what's in here is one period. And now we're just going to graph our -3 times the secant of 2 times x minus pi over 2 graph. And here's our graph. And here's our graph. Now let's try and graph y equals -2 times the cosecant of pi over 4 times x plus 4 plus 3. So first, let's just draw our basic y equals sine of this graph. Let's just do that. So it's going to look like this. Alright, so here's our graph. Now remember that it's also negative. So let's just flip this, and it will look something like this. Now remember, it actually has an amplitude of -2. So it's going to look something like this. Remember, it's not just y equals -2 sine of x, it's y equals -2 sine of pi over 4 times x plus 4 so far. So let's just focus on this pi over 4. So what is this going to do? Well, the formula for the period is 2 pi divided by b, and b is being multiplied by the parentheses, and the parentheses is x plus 4. So we have 2 pi over pi over 4, which is the same thing as 2 pi over 1 times 4 over pi, which gives us 8 pi over pi, which gives us 8. So we can change this to 8, this to 6, this to 4, and this to 2. Now let's just draw a few other tick marks. Let's just draw a bit of the graph, a little bit extra. Alright, now before we do the vertical shift, let's just draw the vertical asymptotes. Let's just draw a little bit of what the cosecant graph is looking like so far. Alright, now we have this plus 3, so as our vertical shift, so that means we're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. So our graph is going to look like this. And here's our graph. And here's our graph. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. If you dislike this video, please share it with somebody else because they might find it helpful. But for now, goodbye.